What's up, everybody? What's going on? Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Make sure everything's okay here. Only going to be a quick stream to really talk about what happened. I know there's a bunch of people that were talking in the Discord group. 39 people here. Make sure you continue to hit that like button. Hey Ryan, hey Jacob, hey Quincy, hey Jack the Ripper. How's everybody doing today? Hey Christopher, thank you for saying I rock. Chad, is Weeble coming to Europe? I'm not sure about that. Hey David. Where's the Discord link? So it's the first link in the description. I just posted the first Carl's Calls play today. So yeah, I think that's gonna be fun to be able to do, because I think I'm starting to get tired of you. Starting to get tired of me. Well, you don't have to join the stream. You missed my hello, bro. Hey, Jack. How are you? Hey, Philly. Yesterday's bear trap chase off the smart money for today. Yeah, things moved pretty slowly today. I mean, it wasn't really crazy. It was really slow. After hours market, you could see that it is dropping a little bit right now. For AMC, GME, costs, Rocket, all of those are all dropping. GME is down 2% so far. AMC is almost at 1% down. Volume just died on AMC. I think it's more or less because the people were afraid of what was going to happen today. Looking at this, it was always to where we had that bear trap. What's the next things that people are going to do? Is they're just going to hold their money and say, well, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I won't invest. Maybe I won't put my money in the market this week. You know, why do people keep coming back to watch just to complain about you? I don't know. Maybe they like the fact that I read the chat versus anybody else that reads the chat. So when I do read what they have to say, because I'm very, transparent and open and like to, give everybody the attention they deserve, unless it's obviously something that's ridiculous. Maybe that's why they're coming back, because I give them attention. Why are you giving people opinions when you only have 25K in stocks? You don't need that many in stocks in order to give people opinions. I don't know. As long as you're profitable, that's what matters. So, yeah. I picked 2 extra. The point is with everything is that it's easy to be able to make money in the stock market, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. If it was crazy easy, then everybody would do it, but people don't want to take the time to actually be disciplined and do it. Most people are not disciplined at all. They're going to take their money and they're going to basically say, all right, I'm going to put it in here, and if it gains me $4,000, and I'll be, fine with that, but anything less than that, I won't accept it. They're greedy, and then they end up losing money. And then when they lose money, they're like, you know what, I'll make that money back. Then they end up losing everything. So those are the people that, really need education in some form or fashion. All right, well, I don't even know how to say your name, but Matt, the last message you just sent is probably going to be your last. So whoops. GME did get $300. Uh, I didn't see exactly what GME did today. I believe it was going up. Yeah, it didn't get there. It got close to $300. He's not the real Chandler, but he's the real deal. I've learned a ton from that in 6 weeks. That's awesome. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to pitch anything, oh, everything's going to the moon, and you've never heard that from me. It's going to the moon. And maybe I've said it for like thumbnails and titles or something, but it's not anything that I truly pitch as like it's going to the moon, because there's obviously a point to where we have to stop. There's obviously a point to where people have to take the profits and say, we're good. Like, I'll take my money and I'll go while other people continue to ride it on the way up. And that's fine. You don't have to ride it all the way up to the tippy top, because it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Haters are gonna hate. You're doing a great job. Watch you every day. Learned a lot. That's great to hear. He's not Chandler. I'm not Chandler. No. Yeah, thumbnails and titles basically for views. You have to go all out, and if you don't, there's somebody else that's doing something ridiculously worse than you. So um, this is what I live with. I mean, when I was doing I feel horrible to do that stuff, because when I was doing stimulus content, and I still am doing a little bit of stimulus content, I don't like to clickbait too much. While there are people saying like, we're getting $5,000 today, when in reality they're talking about the fact that it's $5,000 for a family. When you're an individual, we get $1,400, but they're talking about $5,000 of a check, and it's just not true. But they do them, and they start to talk about it, and then they start to talk about realistic things and why the $5,000 applies. But that's what the world we live in with YouTube. Are you playing Xbox today? I don't think so. I'll try, but I don't think so. I think I'm gonna spend some more time with the kids since my wife isn't working. I'll spend time with all of them. Or even better, the hot chick clickbait thumbnails. Yeah, those things get ridiculous, but they're out there. Um, we have 179, 180 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. Um, at least you're not Logan Paul. I'm not Logan Paul. Why are cannabis stocks going up? Well, they went up a pretty decent amount today. They were off of the trend for quite some time. So for what I was looking at with Tilray, the trend that I had here, I built before this whole like crash and all this stuff happened. The trend that I built here was mainly going this way. So let's update this, and let's bring this up to like say this touch point here. You can say this touch point and down to this touch point, right? So the trend that I had here was mainly saying that it was going to flow in this fashion. So obviously, as it gets towards today, it should have been basically where it is, at that $27 mark. And that was the trend from these support levels. It should have been right there. So it's getting back up to where it was supposed to be trend line wise. And that's what I've been saying this whole entire time. It's been touching all of those points just to get it up there. Now, it did dip down because we had that horrible week. And now we're starting to see a pretty good turnaround, and it's going to start to slowly increase the way it was supposed to. Cannabis stocks were not supposed to take that much of a hit. It was only taking that much of a hit because it was the pump and dump that Wall Street Bets put forth. Did anybody check out my Carl's Call video? Anybody in the Discord group that's here? Where is my... I'm trying to stream on Twitch as well. AMC will continue to go down slowly a few weeks. AMC went up. Around cannabis stocks, he was only taking a hit. I see what you did there. Matt, can you answer my question? Is it bad that AMC short interest is 3.8%? Yes and no. It is bad because of the fact that it is a low percentage. But the only thing that we'll see bad about that with the low interest percentage is the fact that we can't squeeze them out of their position. No matter how many short shares they're holding, with a low percentage, they can hold for basically forever. It's the risk of losing, billions by, covering all your shorts, or it's the risk of probably losing maybe a couple of million for, just waiting it out for a long period of time too. Like if they're paying, 3% or 4% interest, it's not something that's going to affect them in a big way. But if they're up in the, 10, 20, 30, they're up in the high percentage ranges, then yeah, it's going to squeeze them out of that position. That's what the squeeze is about. How can we get them out of their position? And mainly it's by paying interest, and seeing that low number is definitely a bad thing, but we can still have that stock price rise as long as we continue to hold. It's just not going to be a squeeze potential. I believe you need that interest really to have that squeeze potential. So it's still red going up. Not at the moment. It's down 1% in the after hours market. In the day though, it was up 16%, $4. So yeah. No problem. Sounds good. No worries. Hope you and your family are doing. Yeah, it really depends. I might, game today. I'm not 100% sure because I'm feeling, maybe a little stressed out. I'm also very tired because I never sleep apparently, and I don't drink coffee. The only thing I really eat is sugar, so which is not the best thing for you. It makes you crash even more. Sideways action. Yeah, it was definitely weird today. Not true. Max going down. What? Yeah, it was definitely sideways action today. It wasn't really anything that was really moving at all. We did see, obviously, we've seen this positivity over these days, right? But we see the pullbacks that they're doing to us. Get up to $11 and completely pull back. Get up to $12 and pull back. It doesn't look like it does as strong as of a pullback. So we have a lot of people that are interested here. So hopefully we can stay above this 15 or the 200 EMA. This cat is rubbing against my legs and it's kind of bothering me, distracting me a little bit. But yeah, I mean, anybody that did see this pullback here when we did have that day, you did see the pullback, you knew it was going to come back to earth, but no one knew it was going to pull back that far and how fast it dropped. It made no sense. So it was a little crazy. Max, do you see, Max, do you see Fox News? Lisa was talking about AMC and they cut her off. No, I didn't see that. I'll have to take a look at that. That's probably something we're going to see all over the internet. Wow. That's weird that they would do that. They don't want any hype around AMC. They're scared. This cat is seriously rubbing against my legs. You gotta pet that cat, bro. Fossil is at a low. Do you think they will shoot up tomorrow? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't checked it out. Yeah, I haven't checked it out. I'll have to look it up. Come on, why is it copying everything? Yeah, it wasn't even on my list. This is a complete drop today, 16%, and down to a close of opened at 8. God, this cat. I'm trying to pet him. It opened at $18.60 and closed at $15.11, which it was flat after it did drop. So let's go ahead and look at exactly what happened during the day. Geez. So it dropped down pretty heavily and then just leveled off, which is, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, the drop is the worst thing in the world. Leveling off means that it has strength at this level. So it has that buying power and selling power to keep it afloat. So I don't know, fossil, I don't know if it will come back. We have to really check all of the details here. So I'll make sure to go in heavy. It looks like they were on an uptrend for quite some time. They were trending upward for a while, like a lot of other positions, they were trending upward. Besides like taking this dip and then having this large increase here, they were on an uptrend for a little bit. So it's interesting. We have 330 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Do it for the YouTube algorithm. Remember, guys and gals, if you want to join the Discord group, please, go ahead and check out the link. What in the world is that? I don't know what that noise is. That noise came up multiple times today. I don't know what that is. I don't know if anybody heard it, but it scared the hell out of me the first time. Sounded like somebody was about to get me. What's up, bro? Do you think, what do you think about FTFT? You think there's going to be a squeeze? All right, let's check it out. Do I think there's going to be a squeeze? What's the information behind it? Let's check. Where is it from? NASDAQ, Intel. FTFT. Short interest. The squeezes don't come as often as, we're seeing potential squeezes nowadays. Right, so I think this is it. So let's look at some of the information. So we do have short volume percentage of 16%. That's not bad. We have 1.2 million short shares available. Short float 529,000. Borrow fee is 18.55%. Let's look at some of the information here. Now, I wouldn't say that we would see a squeeze here. I wouldn't classify it as a squeeze, but the thing about these is that you may see these large spikes. Squeezes don't come as often as a bunch of people are talking about. I don't know, what is that noise? There's a noise here and it's bothering me. I don't know where it's coming from. But yeah, short squeezes don't happen as often as people think they will happen. We will have some sort of spike though with something that is heavily shorted, as long as it's not, catching the attention of, everybody else. If everybody else starts to really get into this and, we have a massive influx of people, then yes, it's possible that we could have this cat. Carl, can you please, I don't want it, not now. It's really bothering me. But yeah, I mean, you can look at it, you could say that we're going to see a push up, we're going to see an increase in this. Probably something that we can expect to like $10 if this cat jumps up here. If this cat jumps up here to like $10 or so, because right now we're seeing that sort of crossover here. It's very close to a crossover. And once we see that crossover, we'll see a large push. We did see a little bit of a push today of 11%, but I think it will be something where we'll see a good increase, not really something that's a large squeeze. Like I said, squeezes don't come that often. GameStop was that one situation that actually had a squeeze. Even AMC was not a squeeze. It was just a very large push. Hit your cat. They're evil. VBLT rated as a buy and 250% upside, target price on Yahoo, worth a filer in my opinion. What? Stop. What do you think? All right, let's check it out. This cat is like distracting me so much. I've never seen her or him want my attention that much. Maybe it's because I gave him treats. That's probably it. There's the Carl's Call thing. I gave him treats. So let's look at it. See, I'm going to give you an understanding for the long term and the short term. It doesn't really look like it has too much movement here. Now, if I go to what happened previously, you can see the consistent growth. I love seeing this, you know, consistently with the 200 EMA below the 15 moving average, and, you know, having that consistent growth with this upward moving channel until you get to this max of about $3. It looks like it tests it multiple times, $3. Maybe even lower than that. Yeah, actually at the $3 mark, it tested a while. And then it also tested at $3.10. So seeing that, you know, if it ever gets up to that point, it is going to try and pull back, where you will see a bunch of sell orders. But you do see it come down here and have a little bit of a decrease, which is understandable. It is a little bit flat though, really flat. Yeah, it is a little bit flat here. It does have some volatility between certain price points. If you look at it from a wider scale, obviously you have this wick that's kind of messing everything up. But you look at it at a wider scale, it just looks really, really flat. As of late, you can see that it did have a pretty substantial increase in the pre-market and after-hours market. I really don't know what that is. I can turn this off. It has a pretty substantial increase in the pre-market and after-hours market, and has a pretty decent drop as well, which is understandable. With any quick growth, you're going to see quick decline. So literally within that same pre-market, you've seen it drop significantly, and through the rest of the day, it dropped pretty big as well. And then through the rest of time, I mean, well, not the rest of time, but the rest of you know, these days, you can see it was pretty flat to slight decreasing. So seeing these random spurts here is not really the best sign in the world. But the thing that I do like to see is, after all of this negativity of being below the 200 EMA, you're suddenly seeing that upward trend starting basically this week, where you've seen everything else move up. So it's kind of in that same category of the highly shorted positions, right? So you're seeing that upward momentum here, which is definitely a good thing, meaning that we could have hit not a true bottom, but a bottom. And now we could be seeing that upward momentum to where the 200 EMA and the 15 MA cross. I was going to say MMA, like the fighting league. But you do see a 3% increase. I think we could see a substantial increase as we go into the rest of, well, tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, I think it could be something that has a little bit of upside, something that you could possibly get a decent swing trade from. Seeing all of that movement means that you can definitely see that, seeing all that movement up and the positive momentum, you can see that there's a lot of you know, good activity that's happening here, in my opinion. I think it could be a great deal. If you look at some of the news, it probably would tell you a little bit more, but just looking at the analysis, you can say that You know, that's definitely showing a positive once you see that real crossover, looking at a wider view, more of a 10,000 foot view. But yeah, but I don't know if the cat's evil. Carl's a pretty nice cat. Um, there was one more super chat, I believe. Can the SSR be activated during after trading hours? I want to say yes. Yes, but then when it goes into the next day, it's obviously a different situation. So it's through the overall. The only thing is that no matter what, you have to put in those limit orders. So the issue is that it would be completely difficult for them to short any positions in the after hours market while the SSR is in place, because you have to do everything through limit orders, and doing everything through limit orders makes it kind of, you know, impossible. It doesn't make it truly impossible, because you can get up to a certain point and you could say, all right, it has a resistance level or a support level or whatever. It has a resistance level up here, and now I want to hit that resistance level. I know it's going to resist back, so that's where I'm going to place my shorts. But I don't think that truly matters. I think they want to short the position in a higher volume area. So whenever we get to a point to where, let's say we look at AMC and we could see that it definitely is strategically placed. Let's look at yesterday, for instance. One day. This yesterday? That's not yesterday, that's today. We look at yesterday, for instance, we could see that we do have the positivity in the morning, right? And that's where we ended up driving up this price to where they said, all right, that's enough is enough, let's bring this down, right? And maybe this was more of a sell-off. People were excited to get out of there. But then there were also strategically placed ones right here where the most volume is. It makes sense for them to do it this way. So they're gonna bring it down as much as they possibly can in order to stop us from bringing up that price, and that was clearly something that was strategically placed. It made no sense whatsoever why the volume dropped that much. I understand the volume dropping when it gets to a new high or tests a new level, but not at that rate, especially with all of the buying power and keeping it up there, you know, slowly increasing it. So yeah, I mean, the SSR is tricky either way. I think it's something that you can't really look at as, you can look at it as a positive, but it's not a true positive because they can still short the position no matter what. They can still go out of their way to short it. Remember, I have a link to the Patreon, well, to the Discord group in the description. We also have 2 tiers in the Patreon, which I just released a Carl's Call video. And I released a dividend pick of the week video there. So we'll get into the other 2 portions as well. I had to purchase I forget what it's called, like Vimo or something. He said under $5. What? Who's advertising their YouTube channel? Who's David? Where's David? What are you talking about? He said, David, you tell us you have a channel and shit on this channel, but don't plug your channel because you don't care about the views. Makes a lot of sense. Where's this David person at? Did he get kicked? Oh, David Hensley. Yeah, it should be a quick stream. It should, oh, he probably got kicked. I seen his. I don't think he got kicked yet. I think I'm eating dinner, but I came to say hi. You clicked and like, thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. It means a ton. David bought GME at $380. Are you a famous actor? You look familiar. I'm not a famous actor. No. I'm sure I would be good at acting. Actually, um, I would probably laugh in every scene. I can't handle it. AMC will short squeeze soon. Um, so this is where it's kind of unpredictable. A lot of it's unpredictable, but I can't say that I don't believe in a short squeeze. I believe in a large increase at minimum, and then obviously the maximum is that short squeeze. So we just need a lot of things to take place, and it looks like they're strategically placing a lot of these shorts and trying to get us out of these positions in order for them to buy back some of their positions. And it's all going against them. The only thing is they have the money uh, in order to push us along for months, pretty much. And I hope that's not the case. I hope we can all realize a profit. Obviously, I think this is going to continue for a long period of time. We're going to see it up and down and up and down. And as long as we keep riding it, you're going to see pretty decent profits from a number of retail traders. You don't laugh for real? I don't laugh for real? I try to laugh. David won Player Hater of the Year trying to get us out of these positions. And nobody can tell when the squeeze is going to happen. We all have to, uh, we all have our boxes checked to hit. Yeah, a lot of boxes are checked. Yes, 100% true. We really don't know when the actual squeeze is happening. We can gauge what is going on with the chart and see what we're seeing, see any manipulation so that we can clear your head. Because without these videos, days like this would be taken advantage of. Obviously the hedge funds would take advantage of that, and they would say, well, nobody's reporting on this. There's no issues here. It's literally just the fact that AMC is worth a penny, and AMC is not worth a penny. I don't know what their problem is by saying something like that. And if we weren't here, you would basically look at this and go, you know what? I got to get out. I got to continue to get out. But we're here to keep you sane. In most cases, I wasn't live when that was happening. I was just responding to people in the Discord group. But that's pretty much it. And I was worried about my own situation because I was trying to average down for RKT. I was hoping that RKT would pull down because I felt like I wanted them to pull down a little bit more so I can average down a lot more and watch it on the way up and be able to gain different profits as I go. There's so many excuses to why the stock isn't increasing. Bear traps, ladder attacks, boogeyman. Do you understand like what's actually going on here? Like, do you understand any of the details? To tell you the truth, there's a lot of reasons, and you're naming them specifically. You're saying that there is a bear trap. Does that look like normal activity to you? That drop, does that look like normal activity to you? If it does, then you you need to educate yourself because that is not normal. I see drops all the time. You see pump and dumps all the time. With the fact that we had buying power to continuously push up this pressure, and you're telling me that that was normal to have it completely drop off, it's insane. I mean, I like to hear everybody's perspective. I like to hear people say things, but when you say things that really just don't make sense, um, you kind of need to listen what everybody else is actually saying. There's a lot of people that are, even they're more educated than I am. They know about options trading. They know about all of the different pieces that go into it, whether it's quadruple witching or whatever it is. They know about a lot more than me, and they're coming out and saying some stuff that we obviously have this as an increase. It's going to increase. Oh, David, come on. It's manipulation. It's 100% manipulation. There's no, like, if you look at the chart, you look at the chart itself, and you look at the volume coming in, it does not tie together, does not correlate, does not make sense. There's a lot of manipulation that's actually happening here. And this was a clear sign of it. And all we're waiting for, like someone said in the Discord group, is we're waiting here for Robinhood to restrict trading, and then we would have been fine. That's a fox, not a cat. What's a fox, not a cat? My dog? Because I have a dog and I also have a cat. Matthew, I did listen and I agree with you. It is not normal. That is why I believe it will go down. So you understand that it is manipulation. You understand that they're bringing the stock price down, and it's not something that we're going to look at and say that we have all these people holding, or it is something we're going to look at. We say we have all these people holding, and that stock price is going to eventually go up. If they're pulling it down with anything that's manipulation, then it's something that's not in the normal train of the stock market, which means that the stock is, or the stock is going to eventually pop. The bubble is going to pop, and then it's going to increase. AMC is going to see that huge spike. It just depends on how much they have to cover. They're going to continue to manipulate this probably for a long period of time, because if they have low interest, they're not squeezed out of the position. So I think that it's 100% true that we will see increases. We will see it go up and down and up and down. It's never going to be completely dead. And then when this whole thing ends, they're going to be, you think they will bring it all the way down. How can they possibly bring it all the way down? If so many people are holding it, how can they possibly bring it all the way down? David wears cool water cologne. Cool water cologne? What? Down under $5. Just tell me how. Like that's what I want to know. How are they possibly going to bring it all the way down? If so many people are holding the position, how are they going to bring it down? I'm going to go spam David's chat after we all win. I mean, that's kind of a waste of time, but it's funny. And it will continue to come back in the future like before. So you're agreeing with me that it's going to go down, but then it's going to come back up. So I would imagine that they can't bring it down far enough. Obviously, they wasted a ton of resources, a ton of money, and they can't bring it down that far. And if they do, I mean, that just gives more people the opportunity to buy in. If they continue to short this position and bring it down, you're going to have a bunch of people that still hold, one, and two, that buy into more positions. All right, well, I didn't want to do this for too long. I wanted to just break down what I saw today, the fact that it was moving sideways. Right now we're seeing it at $10.16. So it is, not up from where it closed, but it's good that it was hovering, or it is around $10.28, because that's basically around a little over break even. Was it 4% up? But we did reach a low of what, $9? Oh, that's not today. We did reach a low of $9.90. But yeah, we've seen some pretty decent, or not decent movement. We've seen some pretty flat movement, nothing really big. I thought we were going to see something more than what we saw, especially since the morning it rose to $11.28. I thought that it was going to test there a bunch of times. I think it ended up testing at 1080. Maybe it didn't. I thought it ended up testing at 1080. It stayed it tested at 1080 one time in the morning. And then everything else was really pretty much 1050 or 1060. So yeah, I think what we're gonna see, in obviously in the after hours market for GME, it's taking a hit, a little bit of a hit. But I think Friday, since we didn't see a good day today, I'm obviously going to take this this L a little bit by saying, when I said it was supposed to get to 15, I was wrong. I was hoping that it was going to get to 15. Without the manipulation, it would have gotten to 15. With the manipulation, obviously it didn't. So I'll basically be the first one to come out and say that I was wrong there. It did get to $12, so that was in one of my videos saying it was going to get to $12. And just want to call all of this out. But it definitely can get back to $12. I had to average up yesterday, and if it does go lower, I'll continue to average down. Now, I did buy into MVIS over on Robinhood. I have another account set up for just Carl's calls specifically. So we're gonna see if Carl can make money, because I want to do that test. They always do that test to see like if a cat can make money, and they do it like short term. I want to do it long term. I want to be able to take some of his calls and hold it for a whole year to see how it ends up playing. And I'll make sure to update you guys on the portfolio as we go along. So it's going to be basically like, I think once or twice a week that I'll do Carl's calls videos. I'm not 100% sure. I think it might be once a week, to partner up with all of the other videos that I have there. So it'll be Carl's calls, it'll be dividends, it'll be day trades and swing trades. I'll have one of each position that we can go through. And then, you'll obviously be the first people to see this over in the Patreon. And then I'll make it public after maybe a week's time. So if it's that video, I'll make that video public in a week's time. But yeah. Just want to see what everybody's saying before I get out of here, because I'm really tired. I need to go to sleep. I feel like I haven't slept in like, I don't know, 7 days at least. What's your price prediction? Price predictions are definitely difficult, especially today. I think it's probably going to be a down day tomorrow. Sad to say, but it's probably going to be a down day tomorrow. Fridays are usually soft. We do have a couple of Fridays that we're going strong. We need to see what happens in the pre-market, but I would say, based on history, Fridays are usually slow and don't really move too much. So my price prediction would be to hopefully finish at the same rate at $10.50 or above 11. That would be amazing, and then we can get into next week with some positivity. And I just hope they don't try and bring this all the way down. If they keep trying to bring it all the way down, then obviously I'm going to just average down as much as I can. Did he say down day? No, I agree that it's going to be a down. We're going to have down days because of the fact that, one, it's a Friday, and two, that we still see the manipulation. So it's going to be less people that are looking to get into it with holding over the weekend. Nobody wants to do that. Well, there's a lot of people that do. I'm okay with it. But I'm hoping that we see a positive day. If we can see a positive day up to the 10, where it closed at, actually, if I'm looking for it to close at 1050, then technically it'll be an increase from close to close. But from open to close, I think it might be a down day. I'm hoping that we open at $11, but that's what I've been hoping for the last couple of days. So Fridays are crazy days to trade, unpredictable. Yes, 100%. There's a lot of times where people don't want to get in because of the fact that Fridays, Mondays, Tuesdays are down days. That's not entirely accurate. Mondays and Fridays, I would say yes, but Fridays more likely than not a down day. How can they manipulate when the senators are watching? Bowling hedges. Yeah, I would agree. They can manipulate anything they want. They control the world. Do you understand that the way that a lot of these senators, the presidency, all of these people, they get their seats is by funding from big businesses. The big businesses run the world, and the big money really runs the world. I love that you have put Carl's calls into play. Glad you like the idea I put forth, man. Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it because it brought back to my mind, as soon as I heard it, I was thinking about the cat that made more money than the professional investor. And I really wanted to see if his picks will make some money. So I said I would do 10 shares. I actually didn't have cleared money. I only had $100 of cleared money. So I had to put 5 shares in there. So I bought 5 shares of MVIS to see how that does go. And maybe next week not maybe next week. Next week we will do another Carl's call, and we'll get a bunch of different positions. We'll add in some of the other positions that we had because I think some of those are pretty good as well. And then we'll see what he picks. Because that's definitely a great twist to it. And then after a week, we'll give everybody else the opportunity to get into it as well. But this will be something strictly for Patreon, and then we'll have all of the updates. I'll do that probably on YouTube because that's a simple update. I sold my shares yesterday at its peak. Do you think we'll see another dip tomorrow? You sold yesterday at its exact peak. That's amazing because I didn't think it would come down here. Did you get in under, like, oh, you said you're waiting for tomorrow. You didn't get in under like $10. You didn't try and get in under there, or were you in a lot lower before? Were you in at like $2 or 3 or 6? Carl's channel, Matt's chair, David's nonsense. What? Oh, it equals $10.14. Well, it's $10. When you said $10.12, now it's $10.14. So it went up. By your definition, it should have went down, David. I feel like I don't know, when I hear David now, I'm thinking everybody is basically just telling him to like shut up. He's just like, shut up, David. Kind of like a Family Guy with Meg. That's what I consider. David is with Melbourne Capital. Marcus bought his shares at $6 and sold at 12. That's really good. You made a great profit out of it. Meg over David. That's funny. Stone hands. Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like diamond is stronger than stone. You mean you sell some, but for the most part, you hold on to some. Is that what it's about? All right, we got 4 minutes, and then I'm gonna end this stream. Um, Nobody likes David Meg Jr. um, could you? Well, let me just. I don't want to sit here and make him like a whole thing, a whole meme here. Vibranium hands. That's pretty good. Love the videos. Thank you, Chris. Um, so I'm about to get out of here. I asked that you could hit that like button up. Anything on Roblox before heading out? Roblox didn't really do much today. I mean, it opened at $74.93 and closed at $73.90. So it was up and down, up and down. It didn't really pass the $70 mark, which I thought we were going to see more of a sell-off there. But I guess people are holding for the long haul. We don't really have too much information, too much history to go off of. It did get up to $93 and completely sold off throughout the whole entire pre-market. So that's obviously a downside, but you are seeing some pretty decent movement here, which is something I like to see with the stock. The problem is that we still don't know where the true bottom is and what people are going to do with it, because I would imagine people are just holding. How can it be 100% buy? But I would imagine people are holding at a massive scale just to see what it's going to do. So that's pretty much it. If you could, make sure you hit that like button. That does help out the channel a lot before you go. Also, if you want to sign up for the Discord group, the link is the first link in the description. We have two levels. We have the Discord level, and then we have the level, it's called Profit Hands. So we have the Profit Hands level to where you can basically get all of the different videos that we have in place, plus the Discord group. So yeah, I think that's going to be good. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to get out of here. If you want free stocks with Webull, make sure you click that link as well. But yeah, there we go. I'm going to get out of here. So I'll catch you guys in the next stream and next video.